Oof, if you are like me, you'll be getting frustrated using this console. It is a nightmare. And you can imagine if you're building complicated websites, it is only going to get much worse. And that brings us to the next kind of exciting aspect of JavaScript, and that is IDEs. And what is an IDE? Well, it stands for an Integrated Development Environment. Oof, that's a mouthful. So everyone just calls it IDEs. And all an IDE is a place we write and test our code. And your next question is going to be, well, what's the best IDE? And the answer very much depends on what kind of programming you want to do. You always want to use a text editor that's oriented towards your language. Some IDEs have support for several dozen languages, and the one that I use does. And I'll show you that in a sec, and it's free. And IDEs typically contain a code editor, an interpreter, and a debugger, which means you can do a whole lot of stuff with one program. And a lot of them also have extensions, so you can add in awesome linters and source code formatting and auto-completion for you. There are a plethora of code editors and IDEs out there, so I'm only going to give you the ones that I found really cool. Feel free to explore Google. The online ones, okay, you need an internet connection. The online ones that I find really cool are CodePen, JS Fiddle, JS Bin, Plunker. There's a newish one, which is Observable Playbook. I haven't played around too much with that, but I have done a little bit of coding on there. But the offline one, the one that I absolutely love and use every single day, is what's known as Visual Studio Code. I mean, you got to love a logo like that. And we're going to be working a lot with Visual Studio Code in this course. I really encourage you to go and download it. It's free. And I won't take you through the installation process. I think it's pretty straightforward. But you'll notice that there are two main parts to this Visual Studio Code. One is the actual file you're working on, which is where we type all our code. The other one is where we put all our files, our images, our server code, our configuration files. All of that goes into the left. And then what's really cool with Visual Studio Code is you've got an extension tab. You can see here I'm using Go Live, which is like a live server. So it basically just means I can run it in a browser very easily. And I'll show you how that works shortly. So I hope you enjoy this course. We're going to be using a lot in this text editor specifically, but feel free to use one of your choice.